Hi everyone, today I'll be doing a tutorial on how to draw a girl's face. And I've done this before, but this time I'm going to go into details about what I'm doing. So anyway, when you're drawing anything, you have to think in terms of shapes because everything has some type of shape. And this includes when you're drawing a face, like a girl's face. And so here I have some circles and a rectangle and a trapezoid and a triangle with dirt faces on them. So a face looks kind of like an ice cream cone with a big scoop of ice cream on it. And the line in the middle and the line across there shows you where the center of the face is and where you should place your eyes. And if you draw a little curved lines around the cone of the ice cream cone, you'll get something like this, the face, and you draw little circles that represents the ears and the eyes, and boom, it looks like a person. And when you're drawing the 3/4 view, it's kind of the same thing, except the line that you draw in the center, it's still at the center of the face, but it's not at the center of the circle that you're drawing, because it's 3/4 view, but you do it pretty much the same way. And yeah, except you don't really do the ice cream cone thing. Well, you kind of do, but you gotta curve, like if the person's facing left, then you curve the line out left to the left, and it's like that's the cheek. And here's the side profile, and this is the one I struggle with sometimes. And whenever I draw this, I kind of have to do it over and over and over and keep correcting stuff, but there's nothing wrong with erasing. So basically circle, line in front of the circle, and then you draw the chin and then the neck, and boom. So here I'm showing you how to draw eyes. Once again, think in terms of shapes. So I have a circle, a square, and a triangle. And what I do when I draw eyes is I'll just trace the shape, the outline of the shape. And I'll draw a little eyelash when I'm drawing girls, and I'll trace the bottom of it, and I'll do a circle in the middle, 2 circles in the middle. And it's the iris and the pupil, and you draw eyebrow, and boom, eye. Really easy when you think in terms of shapes. And I'm just doing the same thing, but with the square. And then I'm going to do it with the triangle. And you can do different types of eyes for different characters. Like my character Malevolence kind of has a triangle shaped eye because it's supposed to look kind of sad. So there it is. When I draw guys, I don't give them eyelashes, so that's just something I just don't do when I draw them. But anyway, I'm just going to do that up here. Just tracing those ovals that I drew and making them look like eyes. Oh, and I decided to do this video digitally because you can kind of see what I'm doing better, but you can do the same thing on paper. It doesn't matter. So, yeah. Do a little shading, and boom, eyes. And eyebrows are really easy. It's just a little line and then 2 curved lines connecting at that line and connecting at the end. Just like so. This video is in real time, so this is how fast I draw normally. Okay, noses. So I drew a little circle there. And once again, thinking in terms of shapes. So if you have a circle nose or a more triangle-y or sharp nose or a boxy nose. Does anyone have a boxy nose? Anyway, just trace the outline of the shape. Oh, here's the 3/4 view of the nose. So like you trace it, but then you go kind of curve up depending on which direction the person's facing. So the nose right there, the first one I drew, the person's facing to the left. So there's a little curve over there to the left. Same with this sharper nose. And if you were to draw a sharper nose but head on, you would kind of draw like a little weird diamond shaped thing to make it look kind of sharp. And with this square, it looks kind of like a boxy nose. Is it even a thing, or did I just make that up? And here I'm just drawing a head on. And ta-ta, noses. And this is actually the first time I've used rectangles and triangles to draw noses. So that was something new for me too. And that really helped, because sometimes I struggle with making noses look different because I draw the same nose all the time. Now, if you're sketching on paper with pencil, I would advise you to do all that I'm doing really lightly and go over it with an ink pen or go over darker with the lid later, because you want to be able to erase while you're drawing to fix mistakes. So now I'm just going to draw some lips. And a lot of what I draw, it's like little parentheses shaped things. So the last time I did this tutorial, I just kept saying parentheses, because that's like a shape I use a lot when I draw. But when I do lips, I like to darken the corners, and I do like little parentheses shapes. And yeah, that one at the top, that's the side profile. And I'm about to do the 3/4 view. So you kind of have, like if you're doing the 3/4 view and they're facing towards the left, you have the top of the lip facing towards the left, if that makes any sense. And there's just different types of lips there. And I'm going up here to draw the lips. And like darken the edges, do little squiggly lines, and then parenthesis shape, and then another parenthesis shape, and then you have lips. So it's pretty easy for me, at least. I know you just have to practice a lot to really get it. And here I'm just tracing the outline of those, like the extra little lines I drew on the outside of the ice cream cone. And then tracing that line in the neck. This is what I'm talking about. I drew the guidelines lightly, and then I went over it again in a darker color, so you can't really see it. Why is it paused? Oh, it's back. It's back. Okay, now ears. Now, once again, thinking in terms of shapes. This is where the parentheses comes back. Trying to find room on the canvas. Okay. So back to the parentheses shapes. When you're drawing ears, well, the ear is going to look different from different angles, but usually I just draw the same ear no matter what angle they're facing, unless it's like someone's back hid, then I'll draw the ear differently. But here I have some different shaped parentheses, shape thingies, and just trace the outline of it. Do a parentheses, a little line, another little parentheses, and a swoop line. And then boom, ear. And that little line, that represents like if someone had a ear piercing, like an earring or something. That's where the earring would go. But I usually like draw really big earrings on characters, so it's kind of like hanging off the ear. So this is a more boxy ear, but it's just the same thing. It really helps to study pictures of ears and see how other people draw ears. If you hear stuff in the background, I'm really sorry. I live with other people. So I'm drawing that ear like that. You just basically just attach it to the edge. Make sure it's not too small. You can make it big. Some characters, like, you can just draw them with big ears or little ears. It's really up to you. So there it is. And I think I drew earrings on her. Oh, yeah. Fixing stuff. That's what I like about digital art. You get to change things really easily. So So if you don't do digital art for any other reason, do it because you can change things all the time, like color or the shape of a line or whatever. So that's the front view of a girl. That's how you do that. And I'm not going to draw hair in this video. I'm going to save that for a later video because that's something I can do in the future. So now this is the 3/4 view, and it's pretty much the same thing except with that left eye over there. It's kind of going to be like her eyelash will kind of come up off of her face a little bit because she's facing at a different angle, and it really helps to look at references. That's the nose I'm going to draw because it's the nose that I draw when I'm drawing 3/4 view. So it's pretty much the same thing. Trace the outline of the oval and just make a little swoopy line towards where the face is facing. This is what I'm talking about. The eyelash over there on the left kind of hangs off her face a little bit. But the shape of the eye is pretty much the same. Yep. And draw the eyebrows. And you can't draw the eyebrow the same way you would when you're drawing someone facing front, doing the front view, because the head is turned and a head is a three-dimensional object, so it's going to kind of curve and follow the shape of the skull, if that makes any sense. And next we will draw the lips, and this is what I'm talking about, the top of the lip facing the side that the face is facing. So in this case it's the left, so the top of the lip is facing the left. And this is just how I draw lips. This is not like the way. And you can always look at references or see how other people draw their lips to kind of come up with your own style of drawing lips. And like I said, I pretty much draw the same ear on everyone, no matter what angle they're facing, unless they're facing like it's the back of their head, because then of course it's going to be different. Like, it would be weird if you had all the intricate little ear bits on the back of your ear. That would look kind of not right. So that's 3/4 view and front view, and now we're gonna do side view. Okay, I had to do this one. I had to keep fixing things because this is the one I kind of struggle with. But you see those little guidelines, and like here I'm drawing these little triangles and little question mark shapes because that's where the nose will go. And the eye does not need to be on the end of the nose bridge. That's not, I used to draw like that. That's not right. Don't do that. Learn from my mistakes, please. And also, the pupil in the eye will not be at the edge of the eye because you have a lens in front of your eye, and so the pupil bit will be kind of back away from the front of the eye, like I showed here. So, yep. I don't know what's with this awkward pause in the footage, but let's just roll with it. Yeah, it's still there. Oh my god. I don't know when I fix that. Okay, here we are. So here I'm just drawing that eye. It's like a little triangle shape with the pupil away from the edge of the eye. And the eyebrow as well is not going to go all the way to the nose bridge, because, well, you could if they have like a unibrow or something, but that's what I'm talking about. It does not need to be at the end like that. It needs to be away from that, because if you look at reference photos of side profile, the eye does not go all the way to the end. And the way I draw noses is just like a little swoopy line, and then I draw a little parenthesis shape for the nostril, like that. And here I'm just showing some examples. I do it pretty much the same all the time. Oh yeah, I did the different nose shapes. So that's like a more sharp nose, a rounded nose, and a squarey nose. I really want to know if that's the thing, or did I make that up? So yeah, that lip right there is for the side view, side profile. and it's just a little, the top lip is kind of small. At least that's just how I draw it. Like I said, it always helps to look at reference photos. And yep, this is when I started really changing stuff, because I kept drawing the ear a little too big. And I ended up changing the chin and stuff. But it's just practice. I have to practice doing the side profile more, and yep, with practice comes ease, and that's just how you learn how to draw. You just have to practice and look at reference photos and look at how other artists draw things, and eventually it'll become easier if you keep at it. So this is just trying to fix that ear there because it's kind of off. But anyway, I think you get the idea. I hope you get the idea. Also, if you like this style tutorial where I drew the picture and then I'm explaining it afterwards, let me know. So if this is something that's not great and I should maybe talk while I draw, then I can do that in the future. But I will never know unless you tell me. So if you like this way, then let me know. And if you don't, let me know so I can get better at making tutorials, because I do like helping people and I want to get better at helping people. So yeah, like I said, trial and error. That's just what I'm doing here. Yeah, I really need to work on drawing side profiles. Yeah, it's like sometimes I can do it and sometimes it's just like, what is this? What even is this? What is anything? But like I said, not profile. What? References. References always help, and I did not have a reference when I drew this, and I probably should have had one because that would have helped a lot. So anyway, if you were drawing along with me, and if you posted anywhere, please tag me in it, because I would love to see if I helped you, and I would like to see what you drew. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I really appreciate it. And practice, 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 and never give up. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I'm still drawing, but I'm gonna stop talking now. So yeah. Also, I said tag me in your picture. You can't tag me in it unless you know my social media. My links to my social media are always down in the description. Also, the supplies and programs that I use are always in the description as well. So if you're ever curious, just look down there. It's down there. So now it's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.